Fuck you, Evan.
All right.
That's how we're gonna start it off today. Just letting you know.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't even care.
Yes, you do. We all know you care. Still care. You always cared.
Don't care. Never cared.
You always cared. So to start off, free agency. Fuck the Patriots. I hate Bill Belichick.
Bro, JC didn't even get paid that much.
He didn't. And that just shows you how much he was just like, I just don't want to be on the Pats anymore. He wanted to be with his boy, Derwin James.
That secondary is going to be nice.
Oh, yeah. That whole defense, they got Bosa and Khalil Mack opposite each other. They got a nice
I forgot they got Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And even, people are like, oh, he's the most overrated. He still frees up Bosa. And we already know what Bosa is.
Khalil Mack's been hurt. That's his thing. His first year in Chicago, he was still dominant.
He was still baller. You look at the stats for the first four, because he's been in the league 8 years. His first 4 years in Oakland, what was Oakland, and then now in Chicago, they're basically virtually the same. Maybe a tiny bit of a drop, but that just shows you how just dominant he's still been.
Hurt.
Yeah. He missed, 7 games this year? 7 or 8 with a foot injury.
And that team was bad. I wouldn't want to play for them either.
Oh, no. Having to play for Matt Nagy.
Terrible.
That dude should have never been a fucking coach. He completely...
Speaking of, Mitch Trubisky's on the Steelers. I'm a Trubisky guy.
You're a Mr. What is it? MVP? Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I'm an MVP player.
But why?
I think he was overhated. That offense...
Yeah.
Matt Nagy's offense is awful.
Well, Matt Nagy's awful.
Yeah. So,
simple as that.
He was in Matt Nagy's offense in Chicago.
Yeah.
And brought them to the playoffs.
Somehow.
And
he didn't play that bad. They're one doink away from being it was the NFC Championship they're going to go into because they lost in the divisional. Something like that.
Did he bring it? He brought them to the playoffs twice, did he not?
I think so. Because what was it, 2018?
Yeah, it was 3 years ago, I think they was the double doink against the Eagles.
Yeah, which somehow the Eagles
kicker just sucked. And then I think, was it last year or 2 years ago when they played the Saints in the wild card round?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
I'm looking at his career stats right now, which realistically isn't even that bad. 10K passing yards, 64 touchdowns with 38 interceptions, 87 pass rating. That's for 5 years. What is it, 5 years? That's not that bad. And yes, it was 2018 and 2019.
2020, yeah.
Yeah, 2020.
So, he brought them to the playoffs twice. And, Matt Nagy is a bad coach.
No, he's not a bad coach. He's a awful coach. He should never be in the NFL, period. Ever again.
If you watched Bears games, you'd see, Mitch Trubisky got to throw, 15 yards downfield max.
Yeah.
They would throw bullshit, drags and, out routes and nothing down the field. It was...
Because I was listening to this whole thing because obviously he went to the Steelers, 2 days ago? And they were talking about how Matt Nagy basically, he doesn't want to play to player strengths. So how Bruce Arians at first was like, no, we're not doing what Tom Brady wants. We're going to just keep hucking it down the field. And Tom Brady was like, fucking Tom Brady. I'm going to do what the fuck I want. Yeah, he basically was like, oh, you want to be able to throw it down the field with your big arm? Sucks. You're going to throw a 15-yard drag at best. But I want to throw you want to throw a post? Go get some Postmates.
Funny guy, Sticks. You're a funny guy.
I know.
I just never understood why everyone said Trubisky was the worst. I mean, obviously not worth second overall pick, but
he also went to UNC, so people kind of overrate. It's kind of like Daniel Jones.
But Daniel Jones went to Duke.
Yeah, and they stretched.
Nobody good that plays football comes out of Duke.
Same thing for UNC. There was this little receiver that was decent for a couple years. He played for Dallas and then the Steelers, and I don't even remember his name.
Basketball schools.
They want to play football now.
You can't. Where you going? Oh my God. Why?
Or
Celtics lost to the Mavs yesterday, 2 days ago.
people confuse me. I just want to preface my stance off with that because
Okay.
so we've been killing it the past.
We've lost like 3
2
games in like 3 months. Like,
Exactly. We've been fucking killing it. Went from literally probably not playing in the play-in to what we're 5th seed still.
we were 10 seed, last play-in spot, and now we're the 5th seed.
Exactly.
And like half game back from the Bulls in the 4 seed.
Yeah, which isn't that bad at all. Bulls have kind of fell off.
Well,
They
yeah,
lost.
everyone's hurt.
They lost last night too to the Kings.
Fuck the Bulls.
De'Aaron Fox had a nice game, 34 points. But to continue my statement, so we're losing, and I'm not really watching the game. But I'm not gonna say who, but you know who you are. Basically goes, Luka is the Celtics daddy, and I'm like, this kid is the biggest Celtics fan I've ever known, ever. Like he'll suck off Jason Tatum himself, which no
I
problem
would
with that.
too.
Exactly, no problem with that. Looking schmexy. But he said that, and I was like, there's 2 reasons why he said this. He didn't say it, or he's blackout drunk. I'm pretty sure my second theory was confirmed by his sister. So, yeah. You definitely know who I'm talking about. You know who
Spencer fucking Dimwitty was the one that hit the goddamn dagger 3 on us.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what? Since when? Fuck off.
He plays like good in like spouts. Like he'll have a good like 3 games and then suck.
And that was a foul. Marcus Smart got fouled. Like, if there's a coach's challenge, they always say overturn it if you have definitive proof.
Yeah.
Definitive. There was no definitive proof that there was no foul. It was a foul. That should have been a foul. Marcus Smart should have got three free throws, and we should have went to overtime, and we would have won.
Would he have made the free throws, though?
Yes. He would have, because he's Marcus Smart.
I think he would have made 2 out of 3.
He would have made – well, then, even then he makes 2 out of 3. We foul. They hit their free throws, and we get another shot.
You're not wrong, though.
But instead it was a fucking jump ball at midcourt. Like, what?
A lot of weird news. Like, last night, Jokic, I don't know how to fucking say his last name, versus Embiid, 2 best big men in the NBA.
Jokic, buffoon?
I'm tired. Embiid was sunning him the entire game. But, hey, Jokic came up with a clutch shot. Won with what? They won by 2, I believe. He had 22, 8, and 4, something like that.
For the white boys.
He's more tan than you, but we'll accept it.
Jokic is not more tan than me. I'm more tan than Jokic. He's straight out of fucking Poland. I don't even know where he's from.
Serbia.
Google.
I'm guessing it's Serbia.
If you're right, I'll give you a sucky.
I'll take a free sucky for the boys. Yeah.
Son of a bitch, he's from Serbia.
I told you.
Son of a bitch.
Give me my fucking sucky, buddy.
Son of a whore. Who would have thought? He was born in 95?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Mm-hmm. He's not that much older though.
I feel like old.
Oh, we are getting old.
I'm about to get a big boy job.
I already have a big boy job and I want to quit like every day.
I know. You tell me.
I know. One day I'm literally just going to quit and be homeless. I'll work for the Patriots right now. I'll be on the Patriots.
Bro.
They want Mr. INT. I'm going to be Mr.
That's
INT.
What I said. So I got an interview with the Patriots yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I said, like, I'm going to weasel my way onto that team. I'm gonna find. So I'd be working training camp and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Bill just sees you as like physical specimen. Come here.
I would
get on the fucking field.
I would like memorize Mac Jones's route every day, and then I'd like walk next to him and be like, "What's up? Your name's Michael, right? Michael?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, my name's Michael. You know, people call me Mac." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. I'll just call you Michael." And then I'd be like, "You know, I played some ball in college." And then he'd be like, "Oh, for real?" I'd be like, "Yeah, you know, small school up in Springfield, you know, but you know, I could have gone pro, but I didn't want to.
I busted my knee.
Yeah.
You know the old story.
And then they give me a tryout, and then I'm on the team.
That's all that has to happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that has to happen.
That's all that's gonna happen.
His name is Michael?
His name's Michael. His middle name's McCorkle. That's what they get the Mac from.
That's awful.
What kind of name is McCorkle, Mac? What are we doing?
What is his parents doing? McCorkle?
I don't know. I would have just gone with Michael. I would have just had people call me Mike, but I guess not.
I mean, Mac works. Just it sucks that it's coming from McCorkle.
I guess. I don't know. McCorkle is kind of a whack name, but I would never say that to Mac, my boy.
Very whack name.
I'm glad he's working out. I was a big anti-Mac guy.
Oh, you know how big of an anti-Mac guy I was. I will say, though, with Deshawn Watson being free, I still want Deshawn Watson.
We're not getting Deshawn Watson.
I want Deshaun Watson.
Put it to rest.
He's 20. He's going to be 27. I want Deshaun Watson.
We don't condone none of his behaviors either. So
I don't care. I want to win. I just want one more.
We'll get one more.
Also, to be fair, he was acquitted of his criminal charges.
That doesn't mean shit.
Yes, it does.
No, it does not.
I'm not saying he's not guilty. I'm just saying let him have his day.
Well, yeah, that doesn't mean he's definitely
I don't
a little some.
I don't know if he's guilty or not. I definitely couldn't tell you. I think his activity is definitely suspect. Like what was he making? He was still making let's just say base 10 mil a year as like his rookie deal or whatever. You tell me you can't get a personal trainer to give you some nice little massages after a game, do the little cup thingies. I think that's very suspect.
That's what I'm saying. You're in the NFL. You don't need to force yourself upon people. People shouldn't be doing that in general. Like,
yeah, but the power goes to their heads.
That just blows my mind.
I think that whole case we'll never really know. Well, it's not like the Big Ben where it's like we kind of know. We kind of know.
No, Big Ben, we definitely know.
Yeah, we
have there's genuine proof.
There's pictures of him with the girl looking basically like very inebriated, like moments before, and then after we have the bodyguard literally paying her off. So we basically know that happened.
Big Ben's a scumbag.
Yep, but he's going to the Hall of Fame.
We talked about this last time.
We did.
But because you said the same shit, like, I don't care what he did. I still want Deshaun.
Because Deshaun is fucking nice. You're telling me right now. You're telling me right now you're taking Mac over Deshaun.
Yes.
Go.
Yes.
I'm gonna try to be politically correct. Go unalive yourself.
I want Michael McCorkle Jones from now until the end of his career over Deshaun Watson, who can't keep it in his pants.
I want Deshaun who can't keep it in his pants, Watson. Any day of the week.
No.
Any day of the week.
Bro, I would just feel weird. Like, I'd be watching him on the field and I'd be like,
We had Aaron Hernandez on our team. There's no way you couldn't feel weird then.
Huh?
We had Aaron Hernandez on our team. There's no way you couldn't feel weird then.
We didn't know what was going on
in college. In college, yes, we did.
No, we did not. We didn't know he was. We know he was a bad dude. We didn't know he was killing people.
In college, he had what? He had 2 assault charges dropped because he was second biggest name in college.
Dropped
in Florida. Criminal charges were dropped.
Yeah, but the civil charges aren't. He's gonna get fucking whacked in the civil court, bro. Oh, yeah. He's gonna lose all his money.
He's paying at least $1.5 million to each girl.
Yeah, and that's times 22.
Over 22 cases. That's a hit. That's a hit.
That's what OJ paid a ridiculous amount in his civil case.
300 mil.
Ridiculous.
But he was already broke at that point, so he was already broke at that point, so he didn't pay. I think he literally ended up paying him like $50,000, and they didn't get any more out of that, which is weird because he's making money now, like off a cameo and stuff.
Well, because he just got out of fucking jail.
Still like that whole thing's weird. How we all know he didn't, like, we make the jokes and all that, but it's like this man's literally.
Then he wrote a book about him doing it.
Also went on plenty of interviews being like, "Oh, if I did it, this is how I do it. I take the knife, bring it to Chicago with me, dump it somewhere." So that's what he did. I said if I did it, not when I did it.
I said if.
Context.
I said if, not
Context.
I did it. Okay, calm down.
Context.
Then he went to jail anyways for robbery. Like, you got a second chance, and you just go to jail anyways.
And then you got a third chance, and I bet he's going to throw that away.
He was so good at football.
Oh, he was incredibly good. And what was weird is, he was better in the latter half of his career, which doesn't happen for a running back.
He ran for fucking 2,000 yards. I feel like
that was like his 8th year, too.
People don't understand.
How
like
hard that is.
When Derrick Henry ran for 2,000 yards, everyone was just like, I was like, he just ran for 2,000 yards and no one's talking about it. That's a lot of yards.
Per game, what, you have to run at the...
It's like 120 or something per game.
125, I think. Something around there.
This is why we have cellular phones so we can do math.
Are we talking 17-game season or 16?
Well, no, he did it in 16.
Yeah. But obviously now it's a tiny bit easier. I still don't think anybody else is going to do it. But, like, that was just...
125. Damn, 125. Did you know that?
I'm a math whiz.
It was 125 on the fucking dot. What the hell?
Told you.
You ain't shit at math.
I hope my whole class passed in math. Just letting you know.
Yeah, but were you in Algebra 2 Part 2?
We don't got to talk about that.
Yeah,
we don't got to talk about that. We don't got to talk about that.
Yeah, we don't got to talk about stats.
We don't got to talk about that. I still failed English, though. Like, badly.
Yeah, because you do shit.
I did more than all of you combined in my senior year. Because, like, I was still planning on... That's facts.
No.
That's facts.
That's not true at all.
That's facts.
In what,
facts.
creative writing or writing seminar?
Yes. You watched film the entire time.
Yeah, we watched film, but, like, I also did my work. Not in school, but I did.
You know the whole point of school.
Well, I got my shit done.
Hey, you graduated. That's all that matters.
I almost didn't graduate, but I did. My GPA is fire now. I have like a 3.1 GPA now.
That's not bad, especially for college.
Yeah, I was sitting like at lunch, and this one kid goes like, "Oh yeah, my GPA is terrible right now. It's like a 3.4," and I was like, "Fuck you, dude."
I'd be like, "Go home.
Go fuck yourself.
Go home. Retire.
You know how hard I worked for a 3.1? I worked my ass off.
I tried my fucking damnedest.
I'm just not I'm not the smartest guy.
Not the biggest brain.
But I do try.
That's all that matters sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes you could try and still be stupid.
Yeah, so I tried my hardest on a couple exams and I failed the shit out of them, so you know how it be.
Or, like in high school, how we just basically cheated our way out of... Not even cheated. We just didn't try at all. Miss Camo's final. Yeah, Jameer still got like an 85. Like for his final grade.
My girlfriend has a 4.0 and had a 4.0 in high school. She got into Harvard, so she's like hella smart. And like, I just find it so funny that we go to the same school because I had like a 2.5 or a 2.6 in high school, and I didn't do a single homework assignment all 4 years. And she was like getting 4.0s and shit like that, and like in AP classes, getting into Harvard, and like we ended up at the same place.
She's probably like, I hate you so much.
I'm like, haha.
Who's the smart one then?
Still her, because she got into Harvard.
She could say that.
I be bragging. My girlfriend got into Harvard.
Well, we know someone that got into Harvard. LJ. Well, you know.
I don't really know. Though.
Yeah, but like he got into Harvard.
Good for him. LJ's the boy.
I don't really know him, so I can't speak on that.
I was like best friends with him like kindergarten to sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was in all the smart people classes, and I was in the dumb people classes.
Classist. They want the dumb to stay with
I
the dumb.
wasn't in Algebra 2 Part 1.
To be fair, they also tried to move me out of that class, and I just didn't want to be out of it. I wanted the easy classes. Mr. Dacey literally caught me giving Frankie the test when I finished like the first 5 minutes. And he was like, I'm going to get you transferred out of this. Like, you need to be in a higher class. And I was like, I'll fail the next test just to prove you wrong. So he tried to get me transferred out. So, like, they made me stay after and take this test. So I failed it on purpose. I knew it all that. I failed it on purpose. Got a 43 or some shit like that. And they're like, well, we can't transfer him out. He's obviously not smart enough. And I was like, can't do that if I get failed out.
Using that noggin of yours, yep. Stickman.
I did the same thing in chem. Like the first 2 months I had that class, didn't do anything. My teacher literally thought I was the dumbest person in there. She was like, you're going to fail my class. Because me and Jerry would just be fucking around. Me and Sophia would just be fucking around. And then I was like, damn, I really don't want to take this final. Ended up with an 88. And I was like, he was like, how did you pass my class? And I was just like, don't know.
I said before the second semester, I was like, I'm going to get 87s on my classes, so I don't have to take any exams. And I took every exam except for Latin. Latin, I had an 86. And I go, Bab, I'm not showing up. And he goes, you have to. You have an 86. Like, you don't have an 87. I was like, Bab, I know I have an 86. I'm sorry, but I'm not coming. I'm not showing
simply
up.
Not doing it.
And I didn't show up, and then he didn't give me a 0. So I was like, love that. And then I went to what was that one class we had with all those freshmen? What the fuck was that class called?
It was like business and something. I couldn't even remember what it was. It was something about business.
We didn't learn anything.
No.
I was editing a picture of Chick-fil-A sauce the whole semester. And she would get big mad.
She hated you. And because she hated you, she hated all of us the same.
Yeah.
I was the quiet one, completely across from everybody else, not doing anything. And they're like, all right, let's screw you over.
Well, I didn't try to be like that guy, but I was a senior in like with you, me, Kamari, and Jameer. That was like just not a good class to have. Like, I was having a blast. It was second semester senior year with a bunch of freshmen that like still had 4 years to go. So I was like, I ain't doing shit.
She just did not like you, like at all.
Well, I mean, I understand.
Like she literally told me, she was like, why are you friends with this person? She was like, you are so smart. Why are you friends with this person? I was like,
I disrupted the class quite a bit.
You were the reason why she had to put locks on all the computers. Like, she had to put, like, the visual lock.
She caught me editing that picture of Chick-fil-A sauce a couple times. She was like, Evan, it's every day. And I was like, sorry, but I don't care about this class. And then, like, I took the hangers in the back of her class and was, like, fake shooting everybody, like Conrad and shit. And, like, she got big mad at that. She's like, you don't take other people's stuff. And I was like, dude, it's a hanger. Chill out.
I thought she was going to be like, Columbine. But
oh, okay.
That's where I saw that going. It just shows you can't always be the funny guy. They won't always like you.
A lot of people liked me in that class because I was a funny guy.
Exactly. I don't mean people. I mean, like,
I didn't give a shit about her. Our teacher, I was like, she was gross.
Miss Cowmoon.
First of all, she was gross looking, and it was my second semester senior year. I'm never going to see her ever again. So
she tried to talk to me at my sister's graduation, and I ran away.
Yeah, I would too.
I hope I don't have to see her this year. Because, Mackenzie's graduating.
Mackenzie, the boy. Hopefully. Can I come?
Sure. It's probably just going to be me and you because I'm not staying with my parents, so.
Mackenzie. I love you, Mackenzie, if you're listening to this. I don't know if you remember me.
Oh, he does. He still knows you have his ID.
Oh, yeah.
Because every time he'll ask you, like, where is my ID? And I'm like, I gave it away. You're not getting it back.
It's in my car.
I was like, unless you want to drive all the way to West New England, you're not getting it back. And he's like, I kind of like it back. He's like, I really like it back. And I'm like, I'm not giving it back to you. It's gone.
It's gone. I'm not.
Unless you want to get your license, get a vehicle, and then drive 2 hours up there. I'm not giving it back. It's tough.
He's not getting it.
It's tough.
I heard he's not adorable anymore, though.
He's got a beard now.
Yeah.
All clean shaven.
I shaved the other day.
Yeah, and it's already back.
Feel me?
Yeah. You and your bearded people.
I would, I'd look like hella ugly if I shaved this shit, though.
That's only because you're used to it now.
Yeah.
Like, I have not completely shaved this off in 2.5 years. And, like, I was going to just completely shave it because I shaved the stash, shaved the sides, and I was like, I'm scared. I don't know what I look like without this.
I like this. You got to keep that.
I keep the Deebo Samuel style, where he literally has no mustache, but he just has the goatee.
Yeah.
It just works.
Last time I clean shaved was quarantine, and that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy.
It turned 2 years old March 13th? No. March, 10th. Which I was just like, that's wild.
Yeah, because I got sent home. The 10th or something like that, because that was our spring break, and then he was just like, yeah, don't come back. And I was like, oh, okay.
And now we are about to be a senior.
I'm about to be a fucking senior.
I'm like freshman.
2 months away from being a senior. Hey,
you were a freshman when that happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I was.
That's so weird. Like, my sister was still in high school, and she's about to be a college junior.
That shit seemed like it was fucking yesterday.
I know.
I was a huge fan of quarantine, too.
No, I was a great fan.
Everyone was, all complaining about it. I was like, I got to sit by myself playing Xbox.
Exactly.
I don't have to go to class.
Nobody knows what's going on
ever. Life is good.
If I'm being honest with you, I want another one. That's why I thought this Omicron was going to be. And I got kind of excited.
It wasn't shit. I got it.
I never got it. Still haven't got COVID. 2 years from my immune system's just built different.
I haven't got COVID. My name's Sticks. I still haven't got COVID. Listen,
just step your game up. Just step it up.
I was stepped up until I went to Florida.
That's your first problem. You went to Florida.
Florida got me.
I do want to talk about Florida, though, after this. But continue your thought.
It just, was, bad for, 3 days, and then I was fine.
Well, that's what the vaccine's supposed to do. Also, they're saying you're going to need a 4th dose. I think they're just going to it's just going to be a regular vaccine at this point.
Yeah, it's just going to be like
a regular, every year kind of flu shot type of thing.
Yeah.
Which now, at least we all knew it wasn't really deadly. I'm too late. I haven't gone to the doctor in 4 years, so I just don't want to go for that reason either. Having fun.
That's why my mom gives me all my shots in our kitchen.
That seems dangerous.
She's a pharmacist. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah, but she
takes it home, stabs my shit, and then chilling.
Then you work. But speaking of Florida, or I shouldn't even say speaking of Florida, Tom Brady's back.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to feel because I'm not the biggest Tom Brady fan. And as much as I'm happy he's playing again, because I like Tom Brady playing, I'm upset because I wanted him not to win. But now he's on a revenge tour being like, you know, the past 2 months I realized my place is on the field. No, it's not. No, it's not. Stop. Go home. Go play with your kids. Giselle's probably like, Tom, I thought we talked about this, and he's like, fuck them kids, and walked out the door.
That's why I thought like everyone was talking like, you think he's gonna come back, and I was like, no, like Giselle's gonna literally beat the fuck out of him if he tries to come back. But like, I guess I was wrong because he's coming back, and I'm like, so I made the tub video for him, and like
Now it's gone to waste.
That, and like, I still have that, and like that means I just got in the tub for no reason. So like,
you pretty much did.
Kind of made me look like an idiot, but I mean, I don't mind it because like I can't imagine like the NFL. Like, he's been playing for as long as we've been alive. There's never been an NFL season that I've been alive for, and you, that Tom Brady has not been on a roster.
Which is gross to think about.
Yeah.
Like, because he said 23rd season, and I was like, 23 seasons.
And I'm turning 22 this year.
23 seasons straight. Who could do that?
The only time he wasn't on the field when he tore his ACL in 08, and then in 2015 when he
had that 4-game suspension.
When he was suspended, yeah.
And even then, it still felt like, oh, well, we know he's coming back. Like, this one just kind of felt final, which is why it just feels weird.
Yeah, I was big sad, and now I'm like not, because he's back.
Yeah, you don't know how to feel it.
I mean, it is what it is. We'll see what he's got. I mean, like, he said he was going to play till he sucked, and he didn't suck because he came in second place for the MVP.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, it felt weird when he said he was retiring because he said he was going to play till he sucked. He doesn't suck. And then I was like, he's still got more in the tank. You know, he's still got like a couple years. And it felt weird because he's 44, and he said he was going to play till he's 45.
Yeah.
And I was like, just
I think
play
that's
one
why.
more year, dog.
I think that's why he wants to come back. I think people are like, oh, he couldn't make it to 45, so he's coming back, playing at least one more year. Still going to be a great year, and then we'll probably see from there. But I knew he was probably most likely going to play another year. Will he play more? I
want him to win.
I feel he'll play more than just a year, though. I feel like if he has another good season this year, he's playing more.
I want him to win.
I think he's going for 25 seasons, a quarter century, just in the NFL.
That's wild. I want him to win one more Super Bowl.
I want him to win one more, and I kind of hope it'd be against the Pats, against Bill, just for revenge.
Why? That'd be the worst thing ever.
It'd be kind of funny.
As a Patriots fan, that would be the worst thing that could ever happen to me ever.
Oh, yeah, it could definitely be the worst thing, but it'd also be kind of funny.
I'd hate it.
I just don't get it. Like how him and LeBron could just stay being so good for so long. LeBron just dropped 50 last week.
They spend like millions of dollars on their bodies for recovery and all that shit.
And it's working.
Yeah.
But it also has to do with how smart you are with your body. Because you could spend that much and still not be smart about it. Like Kobe spent a bunch of time on his body, but he also was like, I'm going to put this thing through the ringer. While LeBron's like, I'm going to put this thing through the ringer, but I'm also going to recover as much as I need to. Which is why he's been able to play longer.
Yeah. Just because, like, the work that Kobe put in your body, it's not sustainable for your body.
No.
Like obviously everyone like applauds Kobe for his work ethic and shit like that, and his work ethic is second to none, but your body can't do that for that long.
He was before he passed, obviously, he did an interview with Tracy McGrady, and this was after one of Tracy McGrady's All-Star years. All-Star years, and they're like hanging out after the season, and Kobe just comes off a championship, and he's like, Tracy's saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go work out," and Kobe's like, "Nah, you don't gotta work out. You just did something great." And then so he goes back to he's like, you know what, fine. Goes back to his room. He's like, nah, I'm gonna work out 10 minutes later. And he sees Kobe in there. He's like, you sly dog. And
Son of a bitch.
and Kobe's like, I had to get you out of there somehow. I had to try to win better. He was a very interesting being. Very, very interesting.
Bro.
But I do want to talk about a psychopath today.
Me?
I think we both classify. But you know who I'm talking about. Mr. Kanye West himself.
Yay.
No, he's Kanye to me. We're just like that.
No, I'm pretty sure he's legally yay.
Oh, yeah, he is. But he's Kanye to me. It's like how you could, like, I call you Ev, but your mom will always call you Evan.
Or like, Ron
We're just-
Artest changed his name to Mad World Peace and no one called him that.
Yep. It's kind of, I'm just on that level. But
Yeah.
he has a
You saw those
documentary
texts?
coming out. Yeah, I did see those texts, but I want to
Are
get to
those
some-
real?
I don't think they're real. That doesn't seem like something Pete Davidson would say. But it-
I mean, like,
But it seems, I don't know. To me, they don't look real. And he hasn't said anything confirming or denying it. But he also
I
doesn't have
wanna think
social
they're-
media.
I want to think they're real, but I just don't know.
I just don't think they are. But I want to talk about the life of Kanye West. So, he was married to, old Kim K from 2014
Of
to
course.
this year until, stuff happened of his own volition. And they legally separated. Well, she was legally declared single a week and 4 days ago. And she was very happy about it. And the only reason why I think those texts are real is because basically there was a sliver of like humility in there where Pete's like
Yeah, he was
Allegedly
wanting
Pete.
him to get help and shit.
he's like, go get help. He's like, the mother of your kids don't deserve this. He also kind of made it seem like he's going into the stepdad role, which I was like, that was quick.
Well, I mean, probably. You better marry her. Bro, Pete Davidson, fuck that dude.
He
He's
gets
dated
all,
some fine ass women.
yes, he has. I guess they just want the funny people.
I think I'm better looking than Pete Davidson.
You are. I think a lot of people are.
I
I think
guess I'm just not as funny.
guess not.
Well, no. Now I am cool because I got a girlfriend. She's fucking beautiful, so I'm bulling now.
But before,
Before, I was Big Matt.
but yeah. So there's a documentary. I don't know if he's putting it out or somebody else is putting it out about him. That's on Netflix. I haven't watched it. I refuse to watch it
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, no, I'm not watching that.
because basically everybody's even said like this newest episode that's coming out, Kim's in it, and I'm like, cool. But basically they said you could still see he was an awful person before all the fame. Like he was a very arrogant person.
Yeah. I mean, he called himself a god. You can't really do that and have people be like, oh yeah, no, he's got a good head on his shoulders.
It's not even just that. It's like I could say I have a different view on the whole story, like trying to see his kid's birthday situation. Because at first I was like, that's messed up that she's keeping him from his kid. But he also has made it that way because he wants to make everything public. It's like, if you didn't act like a psycho, they probably would have to leave you out of everything. But you act like a psycho. So they're like, yeah, we kind of don't want you around my kid. Not even just that. They said, so I have his albums, I'm just going to say. And they say he started going crazy around My Beautiful Dark Twisted
Which is
Fantasy.
a great album.
Yeah, from 2010. So about 12 years ago now. They say that's where it kind of really started to come off because he had College Dropout in 2004. And he still seemed pretty grounded. But that's also when I think his mom passed in
Yeah, that's
2007-ish. And I read that story. It's a very weird story. I'll try to summarize it. Basically, so his mom very beautiful woman. But I guess because of all the fame and all that stuff, she wanted plastic surgery. Don't remember what she got surgery on. But they're like, oh, okay. They did all that. And then she goes home for a recovery. And you're not supposed to lay flat on your back because all the fluids could just seep into your throat and you could choke. And the person who was taking care of her was Kanye's cousin. And he was a registered nurse. And all of a sudden, she dies. And, like, it's a weird phone call. And it's a very just weird situation. And Kanye's even, like, blamed him for it and then forgiven him and then blamed him again. So nobody really knows exactly what happened. But they say that's what really broke him. Like, he was already kind of arrogant and crazy before, but she kept him grounded. And then that, like, broke him.
That's when his music started to go downhill, too. In my opinion. Bro, don't even give me that. Because, like, his last, in my opinion, his last good album is Yeezus. And that was 2013.
I liked, I'm not the biggest Kanye fan, so I couldn't tell, like, I haven't listened to really whole albums. But I got some of the albums up right now. My all-time favorite is Graduation.
Graduation. Oh, we just signed James White.
That doesn't matter to me. I wanted Mr.
Come on. I'm a huge fan of Graduation, Yeezus, 808s and Heartbreaks, and Late Registration.
Yeah.
And then My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy too. But like, those are great. And then I didn't like Life of Pablo. I'll be honest.
I love
all
Life
the
of
Jesus
Pablo.
ones are like not good. Watch the Throne is good.
Didn't listen to that one. Have you listened to either of the Dondas?
I listened to the first Donda, and it's in my opinion his best album in a while, because it's like Jesus music, but it's not like the when he released who was it, Jesus is King.
Yeah,
it was like hella gospel.
Yeah, and that's why nobody liked it.
And like Donda is like more rap, but like talking about Jesus, but I can still get behind it because like it's not like strangle you with Jesus, you know?
Yeah, but he also has a bunch of different artists on there, like
The
Weeknd, Playboy Cardi, Fabio. But he has a bunch of different people, so you get different perspectives. Instead of just Jesus, 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 you have a little bit of drill in there. You have a little bit of Screamo by Playboy Cardi. That's the only thing I'm going to label his music as.
I don't like Playboy Cardi at all. There's not a single Playboy Cardi song where I'm like,
this is nice.
Other than like Shoota. Well, like Uzi like pretty much carried that shit. So
yeah, I don't like him as an artist, but apparently Kanye loves him because he's on the newest album too.
Yeah, it's because they're two fucking weirdos.
Very true. But the reason why I bring Kanye up is because you know the song All the Lights, right?
Of course, who doesn't?
My favorite song from NBA 2K14, because that's also was my first NBA 2K. They said, like if you listen to the lyrics, basically everything that he said happened. Like if you know what the lyrics are, how it's like.
Well, yeah, I do, but like,
do you at least
that was a while ago, though.
Yeah, and they said he kind of spoke into reality.
Yeah, but he didn't hit her, though.
No, I'm not saying that, but like all the other stuff, like how basically they won't let me see my child. Her whole family hates me in that order. All that other stuff.
Her mother, brother, grandmother hate me in that order.
Which is very true.
Well, yeah, but
he also did that to himself.
Yeah, he did that to his damn self.
The moral story is he's done everything to himself. He's done everything to himself. There's nobody else to blame except Kanye.
I just don't understand like his beef with fucking Pete Davidson. Like I know he's banging Kim, but it's like chill the fuck out. Like,
I think
like you lost her.
I think it's kind of in a way controlling how it's like, oh, if we break up, fine. But it's the fact that he thinks nobody will ever. It's in a way where it's like, I'll bring it to a weird segue. Say I'm with someone, and then we break up, and she gets with another person. It's kind of a self-reflective thing where it's like, oh, so he's supposed to be better than me, but in your mind, you don't see yourself as lower than him. So you're like, why are you with him? So you start questioning your own existence, your own self-worth, all that stuff.
That's some deep shit right there, Stickman. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm very psychological.
It's too early for that.
It's one.
Yeah, I can't wrap my head around that shit. Hey, man, I'm on spring break. My brain don't work.
But I think that's what it is, because I'm not saying he's controlling, because I don't know anything. But you could even see.
I think we know enough about him.
Yeah, in his new relationship, his girlfriend looks exactly like Kim Kardashian.
Bro, he's had like 3 different girls that look exactly like Kim.
Julia Fox didn't. That was the first one. The one that was Uncut Gems. That's how she pronounced it.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Uncut Gems. I didn't like that movie. But
I never watched it.
That's the point.
I only wanted to watch it because Kevin Garnett was in it.
That's exactly. Adam Sandler and Kevin Garnett, and then I watched the first 10 minutes. I was like, this is boring.
I'll probably end up watching it, but I was like, Kevin Garnett's in it. That's the only reason why I care.
Did you see Kevin Garnett had a nice little moment with Ray Allen?
He did.
With his jersey ceremony.
I didn't think he would come.
That's what
I knew they invited him, but I didn't think he would come.
That made me so happy. Like
Jason Tatum got a picture of Little Deuce and Ray Allen, and then Kevin Garnett.
That's what, like, that beef was stupid. Like, you can be mad at him for leaving and shit like that and like helping the enemy or whatever, but like once you retire, like get over it.
Yeah.
You won a champion. You won your only championship with the guy, like,
and he helped you win.
Time to chill the fuck out. Like it's not that deep. Like,
but it's just old man beef where it's basically just like they don't want to let go of it just because it's kind of what they have.
Well, yeah, and Kevin Garnett's fucking petty as hell.
Yeah. He's
probably my favorite basketball player ever, though.
Really?
I just love that dude's fucking
the big ticket. I never understood why they call him that.
Ticket. I don't know. He's like that.
I thought you would explain it to me because I have no idea.
I don't know. There's probably an explanation, but like I was too young to understand it. I was fucking like 10 years old when he was on the team.
But yeah, Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
But yeah, what were we talking about?
Kanye.
You could see kind of where, and I think he forces all of his girlfriends to wear leather, which is really creepy. Because they were at
he's a weird guy.
They were at the LA game, and he's wearing a stupid mask, which I don't even think he knows he was being recorded. And then he's sitting there wearing his stupid boots, and then they pan over to his new girlfriend, and she's wearing the exact same thing Julia Fox was wearing. And I was like, do you just have a bunch of these that you just like, all right, you can keep that one. I got another
Put this on.
It just makes zero sense to me. Just like, why? Why? Like I saw what she was wearing, and I was just like, why?
He's a weirdo. Why are you playing with lighters, man?
Because it's fun.
I almost burned this house down one time. Because I was fucking around with a lighter. And I was like, let me just fucking light this napkin on fire. So I lit a napkin on fire. And that motherfucker burned faster than I could have think. And then by the time I processed what was happening, the flame was on my hand.
Yeah.
So I'm running out to go outside, and the door's locked. So and my hand is on fire. So I'm freaking out. So I put the flame that the napkin that was on fire on our trash can with a trash bag in it, because I'm retarded. And then I open the door, and then I turn back, and the trash bag's on fire. And so I just grab the trash bag and throw it outside, and then turn on the hose and start fucking just going to town on it. And I was probably never gonna do that again. I learned my lesson.
I came pretty close. I almost turned my car on fire while I was in it.
That's just not right.
Well, it was it was like not during quarantine, but like my first job after like quarantine had already kind of hit. So like September of 2020, kind of where we're still like in the throes of it, but like we were trying to get back to normal. And I'm working, and like I get out, and we're kind of just waiting. And I'm like, I got nothing to do, so I got some paper in my car, lighting it on fire just to do it. And then it like you said, it caught fire very quick. I didn't realize that until like I go to go turn, and my hand's already on fire. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, nice. Go look for some water. Don't have any of that. And I'm in you know that little pickup my dad has, the one that has the crank windows. Trying to put down the windows, realize there's no button. So I'm like, all right, open the door. But I'm like, I can't just leave because it's on the street of a school, so there's a bunch of cameras. So I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Just did not think this through.
No. So basically, I found some water, and the only way to actually like get it, I had to basically just pour water all over my car. And then,
why would you like? I would never light something on fire in my vehicle. As stupid as I am.
I still keep doing it. I'm just smarter
Why?
about it this time. It's fun.
No,
it's fun. I've learned how to do it the correct technique. You have to light both sides first.
Maybe you're just an arsonist.
I probably am.
Don't burn down my house, please and thank you.
No, you'll do that by yourself.
I'm a big candle guy nowadays, so I might.
I think candles.
Big fan of candles.
I think they're stupid.
Why? What?
They're
what kind of opinion is that?
They're stupid.
How?
Like, okay, so what type of candles are you buying?
What do you mean? What, like Yankee candles that got like that smell like fucking winter and shit?
Yeah, like unless you got like, because we have one, and it smells awful, by the way, and it's like this candle wax burner or something like that. Like you light the candle and then you light the candle wax burner and they kind of mix. And I'm like, why? Why not just open a window?
What? That's not a solution at all.
It is a solution.
If your house smells bad and you light a candle, then boom, it smells good.
Not if it's bad.
If you open a window, not
if it's bad.
That's
candle.
Not the same.
It is the same.
No, it's not. I don't understand your stance here. You're telling me that candles are stupid.
They are.
But you're not giving me a good reason.
I'm like Kanye. I don't need a good reason. I just need to be myself.
Yes, you do.
No.
You're not Kanye.
I am Kanye.
You're Stickman.
I'm Stick.
This stick needs a reason because I got a candle burning right now. And it's the greatest thing ever.
What flavor is it?
Scent. Why would you say flavor like I'm going to taste it?
I don't know. Maybe you want to taste it.
It's sparkling snow.
Yeah, that's stupid.
You're stupid.
That's stupid.
Because that shit smells fire.
No.
This is you, loser. This is you.
No.
Clown.
No.
I can't. That is like one of the most freezing cold takes I've ever heard in my entire life. That candles are stupid.
No. You mean hot takes?
No. Because hot takes are like they could be true. Freezing cold is like just off. Not even near the flame. Just in a freezer behind the dino nuggets.
No, see?
Like
this is my take. And then this is where it is. That's the flame, this is where my take is.
Nah.
Basically right on fire.
You're tripping. I don't know if I can be friends with you anymore.
Sucks. You're kind of my co-host, so you kind of have to be.
Keegan's like hella sick.
What'd you do?
I think she's got a stomach bug, but her team landed down in Florida yesterday, and she's been like really sick, and it really sucks because like she's in Florida.
Yeah.
And she's supposed to be playing lacrosse, but she can't even practice because she's dying.
Mm-hmm. Are you sure it's not the Rona? The mockery on?
Nah, I think they already tested her, and I don't think it was.
It's tough. I was just sick like 2 weeks ago. Not with
Don't
COVID.
get sick.
You got COVID though.
No, I didn't.
You already admitted
You're
to it.
lying.
You already admitted to it. You got your own camera. You got your caught in 4K.
No. Wrong.
I can play it back.
Nah.
I can
Not
play it back.
necessary.
I'll play it back. I'll play it back.
I don't even think you can. I don't think we have that ability to.
I can though. If I remember correctly.
You don't remember shit. You don't know what
I
you're
do.
doing. You don't know what you're doing.
Yes, I do. So,
So,
why are you so close?
why not? You don't like my face?
I did want to talk about one more thing that's kind of related to Kanye. Antonio Brown, who's still hanging out with Kanye. And apparently...
Aren't they trying to buy the fucking Broncos?
Well, realistically, Kanye is the one who could buy the Broncos. Antonio Brown does not have billions. He barely has millions. That's just facts. You literally need billions. Like,
well, they don't. They just need. They'd have to be approved too, and I don't think the
either of them would be
commissioner,
approved.
Like the other owners would approve of them like at all.
No. But not even just that. I think. I don't know. I don't think Kanye really wants to buy the Broncos. Like, what appeal does he see in? I don't think I've ever seen him at a football game really talk about football. It's not like Jay-Z where it's like you see he's part of the commission with the NFL for like player association and stuff like that.
Fuck Jay-Z, he's a Yankees fan.
Love me some Yanks.
Fuck the Yanks. There's one thing that I could get rid of on this whole entire planet, it'd be the goddamn Yankees.
The Yankees out of everything.
Yes.
Out of everything. I get rid of every other team so we can win a championship every year.
I would just get rid of the Yankees. Because they're stupid. If they signed Freddie Freeman, I'm going to hang myself.
I'd get rid of the Nets. Oh no, I want to talk about that before we did. So did you see last night's game? Or two nights ago, the Nets play?
No.
So Kyrie, obviously it was a game at home, and New York still has its mandate. So he cannot play. But now he's allowed to watch. Can't play, but he's allowed to watch now. You understand how stupid this is, right?
Well, I just don't like to.
Hold on.
Don't even like to try to understand the Kyrie situation because it's fucking stupid.
It gets even more stupid.
Yeah, you lose brain cells the more you know about this situation.
Why do you think I don't have any?
It's like he's a fucking part-time person. Like, it's ridiculous.
And then the Nets got fined because Kyrie was in the locker room for like 10 minutes saying hi to players or whatever. And they were saying, oh, that's violating conduct. But he was allowed to dap up KD after, and that was just fine. But he's not allowed to go into the law. That makes zero sense.
No.
Tell me how that works.
No. The more rules that don't make sense, the better. Because fuck Kyrie. I want him to not even be able to tie his own shoes. I want them to be like, oh, fine the Nets because Kyrie tied his own shoes.
They probably would.
Yes, that's what I want.
No. As much as I don't like Kyrie, that's a stupid rule.
You're a stupid rule.
So you're telling me, oh, visiting players are allowed to go play and allowed to be in that locker room, but home players are not. But now they're allowed to watch. Just if he's allowed to watch and he's allowed to dap people up after, just let him play.
No.
Yes.
If they have a stance, they're not just gonna fucking.
Yeah, and they've already moved the stance because before he wasn't even allowed to be in the building. Now he's allowed in the building and allowed to watch. I don't care about that stance. I'm just saying, at least don't to make it sound stupid. Be like, okay, stand firm. Be like, yeah, you're not even allowed to watch. You're not allowed to be in the facility at all. If they kept that stance, fine. But that's not right because
unvaccinated fans can go to the game. They just need to wear masks.
Yeah, and Kyrie wasn't even wearing a mask. So what's the point?
Well, he probably should be wearing a mask if I were to guess. But at the same time, if they're not, he's an employee.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and as an employee, like if he was just an employee of like a fucking like a corporation, just like in like a corporate setting,
Mm-hmm.
and he refuses to get fucking vaccinated, and they're mandating vaccinations, he gets fired.
Yeah.
So if anything, he's lucky that he's still even like in the league and on that team.
I see your point. I'm just saying it's very stupid because we'll use your example. Like when my job was doing the whole mandate thing, they literally told me they're like, if you don't get vaccinated, this was before like they got all new deals signed or whatever. They're like, oh, if you don't get vaccinated, we will let you go. I was like, okay, that's fair. They weren't just going to let me be. That's the equivalent of me being able to go in there, not get paid, but go in there and sit and watch everybody work.
Well, it's because they don't want the fucking league to get shut down again.
Exactly.
Like, this fucking scumbag gets goddamn COVID and then is playing everyone. And
exactly. But what's the difference of him playing everyone or him dapping everyone up after? Same germs are going to be spread.
I would be willing to bet you he's not supposed to be dapping everyone up.
Probably not, but they didn't find him for it.
Kyrie taking it upon himself doing fucking dumb shit.
Yeah, but they didn't find him for it, which they should have. Or the Nets should have found somebody. Should have found him.
Then they have that problem where then Kyrie goes and turns to fucking the media and goes, they are just trying to attack me, and they're gonna find me for everything I do.
Yeah, we will. He could play the victim if they have visible proof. It won't matter. You could play the public.
Yeah, but he's going to play the victim either way. Like, they're going to be like, oh, they're finding me for high-fiving my teammates. Like, that's just what's going to happen. And
that's
he's going to try to turn the story into fucking them just, like, taking away all his freedoms.
Yeah, but that's not going to affect the Nets. Like, what? Are the Nets fans going to be like, oh, because of that, I'm not going to buy a ticket? No. Nets fans are still going to want to go see KD play. So why not? So why not stop it? It's a very simple solution. Don't let him watch. Don't let him play home games. Don't let him be there at all. He shouldn't even be allowed to play away games. But if you're going to let that happen, fine. But he shouldn't be allowed at home games at all, in any capacity. Any capacity. Like, well, I don't care if you don't like.
That's what but like the only thing is they let unvaccinated people go watch the games.
Exactly.
So, and he's unvaccinated. He's just basically a fan, an unvaccinated fan going to watch the games.
Mm-hmm. But they also didn't hold up to any of their rules that they've already set. He wasn't wearing a mask. He was allowed to go, or he went to go dap up players. Literally, like he was allowed to go into the locker room. No security was like, no, like get out.
Well, he wasn't allowed to go in the locker room because
he wasn't. But security wasn't like, all right, get out. They're just like, oh, Kai,
because they're
get in the back.
Security's not going to lose their job because they won't let Kyrie fucking go in the locker room.
It's still fucking stupid. I don't care what they have to do. Just either like annul all your rules or like actually structure them. Because I think the first way they did was stupid anyway. I think they just did it the worst way possible.
I don't know. That's a fucking stupid situation.
I hate Kyrie with passion.
Yeah, fuck Kyrie and his stupid face.
LeBron commented on it. He was like, yeah, just let him play. And I was like, you're just saying that. You don't want him to play. You're losing every single game, LeBron. You don't want him to play.
It's just like, I don't I totally agree with the like mandating of vaccines, but like,
yeah,
if you do it, like
at least enforce it.
Go do it. Like, make people. If you're gonna make people do it, like make people do it. Like, it's not.
Yeah, if you're gonna force people to do it, at least enforce your rules. Don't go make people do it and then be lenient.
That's why I hate the fact that Kyrie can play in like away games. Like, he played in Boston.
Yeah.
But he can't go to his home court and play. Like, I don't like that. But I'm Again, I haven't tried to understand it because I really don't want to lose any brain cells.
Yeah, I'm tired of losing brain cells. Absolutely abysmal. Do you feel your name has been disrespected?
For what?
You know, just disrespect in general.
Do I feel my name was just disrespected?
No, like just any time in your life has been besmirched, disrespected.
Nah, I don't got no enemies, man.
So
There was one time where Michael said I was bad at Madden. He was like talking shit and didn't know I was in the party.
So it's been besmirched before.
I guess, but then I haven't lost to him in Madden in like fucking 5 years.
Because I think Westbrook finds that very unappealing, considering they're losing every single game because mostly him and their horrible defense. It's not that he stinks. Well, it is. It's the fact they won't take any accountability for what he's done.
He stinks.
Because I don't know if you've heard this story. Basically, I think Skip Bayless started this too, or like restarted the trend. His name's obviously Westbrook, but he misses shots, so they call him Westbrick. And he was very upset about it. Very.
Well, I would be upset.
No, but he was like...
Someone called me Westbrick.
Yeah, but he was like, oh, they're besmirching my name. They're disrespecting my name. Like, his wife was like, oh, like they're sending death threats. No, they're telling your husband to play better. Like, LeBron literally just lost against, like, Houston a couple games ago. And every single Instagram comment was, La bum, La angry, La can't make a shot. You don't see him saying that. They say that about him, like, La phony goat. They say that literally, like, every comment. You don't see him getting bothered by it. They call Tom Brady a faker. They call Tom Brady, what else? Cheater. You don't see him being like, oh, well, you're not allowed to say that to me. No, the great ones just go, well, it comes with the territory. But he goes, you're not allowed to say that to me. I'm Russell Westbrook.
He's just sensitive. That's all.
He's very sensitive. I could just say there was someone like a Celtics fan page saying, oh, we should get Russell Westbrook. And I commented and I said,
no.
If you ever put that to the universe again, I will personally report you myself.
I don't want him.
I don't think anybody wants him. Literally, nobody wants him. Lakers now don't want him. OKC doesn't want him back. Houston doesn't want him back. Where else? Nets don't want him. Philly doesn't want him. No team wants him. And they're like, oh, Russell Westbrook's wife commented, oh, if like Orlando Magic, they're like the only team that like kind of wants him, only because they want to be in the playoffs again. They're like, oh, if he went on that team, they'd probably be in the playoffs. Yeah, very true. But it's also because they don't really have anything else going for them. So I think just being in the play-in is good for them. Not for the Lakers when they're literally known as probably the second best franchise in basketball. For some people, the first. Those people are also obviously wrong, but I just think he's a very sensitive human, and it's very annoying.
He is.
He pisses me off a lot.
Hey, man. He's getting paid millions of dollars, so.
44 this year. 47 next year. Which is why the Lakers are probably going to have to do like a sign and trade. They should have just went with Buddy Hield. I think if they had Buddy Hield, they're at least in the playoffs. Like 8th seed or something. 7th seed.
What are they now? Like 10?
10, 11. Like, I think they're under 500.
Yeah, they're the 9.
9. It sucks, though. But it's also their fault that he went there because they had a Buddy Hield trade in mind, like already set for the table. And they went, no, we want Russell Westbrook, and that screwed them. Anthony Davis can't stay healthy to save his life. Yeah, oh well. They'll figure it out. Never.
No, they won't.
Any finishing thoughts?
Go C's, go B's. Sox are coming back. Baseball's back.
Wasn't there a
Life is
lockout
good.
for like 99 days?
Yep. And now they are no longer. We're playing baseball.
It's
April
also 'cause
7th opening day. Mark your calendars.
Baseball players are a lot smarter than football players when it comes to that.
Baseball players, well, because they do got some smart people, but like
No, they actually
that's a whole
realize,
other thing.
they realize
that we'll
what
have
they
to
want.
Discuss.
Yeah, we'll talk
Don't
about
have time.
it eventually.
Yeah.
So those are your final thoughts, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Those are your final thoughts.
Yep.
Those are shitty final thoughts.
You're stupid.
Better.
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah.
And we're off.